I don't know about you, but I'm getting very bored of 7 Days to Die Alpha 20, so I wanted to check out what was coming in 7 Days to Die Alpha 21. Fair warning, I am making this video with the pure intent to inform. As much as I would love to make a 40-minute rant about how I'm not excited for Alpha 21, I'm trying to keep it relatively positive. Anyway, let's get on with the changes. Let's start with the new Learn by Looting system. I'll try and keep this section brief because I did do a full breakdown of this feature in an earlier video, which will also be linked in the description if you want a more in-depth look at it. But basically, perks and schematics will no longer unlock crafting recipes. Instead, you'll have to find skill magazines, each of which corresponds to a crafting skill. Most of these crafting skills will go from 0 to 100. Meaning you'll have to find 100 skill books for most of these 23 skills to craft whatever you unlock at level 100. For example, you would probably need to find 100 shotgun crafting magazines to craft a level 5 auto shotgun. Skill increases unlock recipes at certain points, as well as increasing the quality of crafting for items. This is done in a way that makes high-level, low-tech gear available before high-tech, high-level gear. So, while you can craft a level 5 double-barrel shotgun, you may only be able to craft a level 3 pump-action shotgun and a level 1 auto shotgun. Taking perks related to the crafting skill will increase the amount of that crafting skill's magazines, as well as the number of parts you'll find in loot. Take Boomstick and you will level your shotgun crafting faster, and you'll find more shotgun parts. The boost you get to finding the magazines will go away when you max out a crafting skill. I really do want to like this change, but honestly I think we'll need to see it within the actual context of Alpha 21 to see how it really plays out. We don't know how looting and questing are going to be rebalanced in Alpha 21, but as it is, if you just injected this system into Alpha 20, it would be very obviously terrible. But with enough balancing of the other progression routes, it might end up not being that bad. Anyway, let's move on to a smaller change. Doors. Doors are now going to be much more interesting with the ability to partially damage a door and shoot through the holes to damage things on the other side. Additionally, after 9 years of development, we will be getting double doors. Great, I suppose, if you're into that thing. We'll also be getting new armor. Now, I did a video on the armor rework way back in Alpha 19 because it was originally supposed to be coming in Alpha 20. The changes were so widely hated that it seems the Fun Pimps seem to have pushed it back and have not confirmed if any of those old ideas will be coming. For now, all we know is that the old armors will be replaced with much better looking HD armors which are designed to minimize clipping. As of the making of this video, we have officially seen the new Iron Armor, the new Commando Military Armor, and the Raider Armor. We don't really know if all that set bonus and magical effect stuff is going to be coming, or if all the old outfits like the Lumberjack, the Farmer, and the Nomad are going to be seeing the light of day. I'll also link my video on this in the description and the comments if you're interested, but since none of that has been officially listed as a confirmed Alpha 21 features list, I won't be wasting time on it in this video. Speaking of total waste of time, we also have the drinking water rebalance. That's right, I'm a very unbiased news source. Buckle in for this one because it's a bit of a mess. Murky water will now only be found in loot, so no looting boiled water or mineral water presumably anymore. Weird change so far, but it's not that bad. Emptied glass jars, however, are also going to be removed from the game, meaning you'll no longer be able to get a stack of glass jars and fill them up with water or snow to get water. You will be able to drink straight from water sources with your hand, but why would you do that when it's just going to give you dysentery anyway? And now if you want to boil water, you will actually need to find a cooking pot, essentially meaning you're screwed if the RNG gods say so. But you'll also have the new Dew Collector Station, a crafting station that will require a few of those magazines I mentioned earlier to unlock, and then a filter which will be a loot-only item to craft. As of right now, the collector is supposedly going to be making about 3 purified water per day. So yeah, you're gonna need a few of these. Great. Now drinking water is locked behind a few extra layers of RNG. Don't you guys love RNG? I love RNG. Why wouldn't you love RNG? RNG is what all the big boy games do, so why wouldn't we want lots of RNG for every little thing? It's not like this is a survival game and the point of those games is to be a challenge or a test of skill. No, you'll survive if you're lucky, just like in real life. It totally doesn't remove any semblance of fun from the game, and it most definitely won't make it a chore to play. I'm not crying, you're crying, and And yes, I would like a hug. I'm in tremendous emotional distress. Speaking of crying, water simulation is also being reworked. Water will now flow into neighbouring voxels that allow for it, as well as being able to be in the same space as a block, kinda like waterlogged blocks in Minecraft, although they do say that water does not flow or fall continuously like a river or waterfall. What I assume this means is that water will not actually flow, it will just sit in big static bodies, like it does in most games of this kind anyway. In short, you're getting Minecraft water. If you haven't played Minecraft and don't know what I'm talking about, it's the most sold game on the planet, clocking in at 238 million sales. That really isn't my problem if you've not played it. Speaking of problems, Bandits. Look, I do weird segues, get used to it. Bandits are actually not listed in the Alpha 21 official features list, but nonetheless we do know what they're going to look like, and we also know that they'll come in melee, ranged and elite variants, and that they'll spawn in the world and in POIs, and that they will attempt to kill the player. But don't worry, they won't try to steal your stuff. They're not listed as an official feature for Alpha 21, however, an image for them is listed in the Alpha 21 dev diary, as well as there being a lot of discussion going on in the forums about them. I would imagine the fun pimps are maybe just being careful in case the AI is not actually ready for Alpha 21. They never actually officially said that Bandits would be coming in Alpha 21, so they can get away with it basically. We also have a lot of art improvement along with new furniture and new POIs. As of right now, this is actually all we know for sure. And honestly, it tends to be the tiny things hidden in the patch notes that end up having the biggest effects in these updates for me. The farming and archery changes of Alpha 20 had like 3 lines dedicated to them deep into the patch notes, and they arguably had much more interesting effects than any of the flagship features of Alpha 20 like pipe guns. I really can't believe I thought pipe guns were going to be a much bigger thing in Alpha 20, what an absolute L on my part. I still don't think I've bothered to use them 8 months later. The release date for Alpha 21, by the way, is currently listed as when it's done, because the fun pimps treat every minor update to this game like they're CD Projekt Red spending a decade making Cyberpunk 2077. It's really not that deep, guys. Since you're here, there's also no new news on console other than it's happening at some point in the next 40 billion years. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more, and if you really want to support me on Patreon, you can find the link in the description. It really does help. Thank you to my channel members and patrons for making these videos possible, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.